Good morning, human beings. We're really excited to be here. This is our first podcast of 2021. Super crazy, brand new year. Today's episode, we're going to talk about something a little different. So we've been talking about life experiences, things that we're going through, things that we're in the midst of, and talking to you about tips and advice and all the things to get through maybe whatever you're going through. But today we're actually going to talk specifically on what we have to offer for 2021. Our last podcast episode, we talked about some new things that are coming. We talked a little bit about a conference and just little bits and pieces about what you can expect. But we want to be a little more specific on exactly what it is that we have to offer. So Dev and I are going to talk a little bit today on setting up coaching calls with us and what that looks like and what we have to offer you with these calls, so that you know what you can reach out to us for. So I'm going to let Deb talk for a minute. She can talk about what it is that she has to offer, what it would look like if you were to set up a call for her or with her, where you can do that. And yeah, what gifts we have to offer you guys.
Yeah, so our coaching calls are offered on our website, alignandrise.squarespace, I believe, .com. If you Google it, just Align and Rise Squarespace, I'm sure it's going to pop right up for you. We have an option on there to schedule a call. And then we've time blocked with Acuity for the calendar, and you can reach Tamara or I. It'll show you different times and different lengths. Important to know that the first call you have with us, there's actually a button that you can push that says free. So you can have a free coaching call with us so that, you can figure out if we're a good fit for you and what you're looking for and where you're going. So there's that part of it. What I would like to say is that we are offering like coaching on life and your purpose and your why and the direction that you're taking. Both of us are offering that. And then we are offering something a little different from each other at this time. So Tamara can touch on what she's offering, and I'll just touch on what I'm offering. So we're both doing the life coaching aspect, but mine is different in the sense that I'm also offering breakthroughs on your thought processes, things that aren't serving you anymore, mindset for those of you who are into what that looks like, as well as it's very simple, and it sounds maybe difficult to some of you who may not know what breakthrough is, but it's essentially rewiring your brain so that you can choose something, a different belief system that's going to serve you better. There's been plenty of studies that have been done on what that looks like, and different people call it different things. But we're looking at limiting beliefs and then breaking through those and moving into something that's going to get you to your goals. So that's what I'm offering. I'm offering the life coaching and as well as breakthrough. And I have different time frames. So I think I have a 30-minute and then a 45-minute. And yeah, breakthrough, I've been practicing it now for, a year and a half, around there. And it's literally changing my life. And I've brought it and I've shared it with everyone that's in my tribe, and I see how it's affecting them. And Tamara is like someone that can attest to what breakthrough does for you as well, if she wanted to speak into that, because I can break it down for you and tell you the different steps of breakthrough, which I would like to do. And I would really like to do a separate podcast with my breakthrough coach that I had, because I've talked to her about that and doing it, and she's got a ton of experience. So I feel like that would really emphasize and detail what it is and what it's all about. But you're welcome to come experience it for, I believe, 30 minutes for free with me and see if it's something that's going to serve you. So I just throw that out there for you guys to reach out and do that and see if you like it. And then, yeah, so Tamara.
Awesome. So before I touch on sort of like where I'm at and these gifts that I have to share with you, I do want to touch on the art of breakthrough. The very first breakthrough that I had was December of last year when I was introduced to the whole thing. Oh man, you guys, my breakthrough was on this limiting belief that I had that in order for me to be happy, everybody else around me had to be happy. So if my house was in chaos and my kids were miserable and they were having a bad day and my husband had a bad day at work, I had this belief that I couldn't be happy. If I was having an incredible day and everybody else's world was falling apart because something was going on, I was not allowed to be happy. I had to fix them first, figure out their stuff, and then I got to choose to be happy. That is very heavy. And that is what I was living in. That was the limiting belief that I had that I was stuck in. And so I did a breakthrough on that, which honestly was such a cool experience. Like, you have to experience it to understand it. But the new belief that I walked away with was that I choose happiness. I get to choose that. I get to be happy regardless of how everybody else is feeling. I can still be there for them and support them and listen to them and hear the struggles that they're going through and talk to my husband about how he had a bad day and talk to my kids about how they're struggling. But I still get to choose to be happy. And that made a huge difference moving into 2020. We all know what that looked like. But even though it felt like the whole world was falling apart, I chose to show up and be happy. Because I chose that belief. And so, yeah, I definitely encourage you, make an appointment with Devin, just to introduce yourself to what it is that a breakthrough is, because I promise you that it will shift you into this new space where you'll start to understand what a limiting belief is, how that's holding you back, and how you have the power to shift into a new belief that can essentially change the direction that your life is going. So definitely be open to it. So obviously my calls are going to look a little bit different, but I really have a hard time putting things into words sometimes because I feel it and I know what I'm feeling, but I know where I was in this place of feeling broken and lost. And I wish that I had a me then. I wish that I had somebody that said, hey, let me sit down and talk to you. I want to know what you're struggling with, and I want to help you figure out what your purpose is, why you're here, where you want to go, what you're struggling with, and let's work through that and find some solutions to help you get out of that. I wish that I had that. And so because I wish I had that and I was in that place, I know a lot of people who are where I was, and I want to be that person now that is open to listening to you and helping you figure out maybe the direction that you're feeling super lost and going and how you can get there. So my calls are going to look like listening to you and finding out where maybe you're feeling stuck, where you're struggling, where you're feeling lost, and help you find the direction that you can go. So just a little piece, I know I've shared my story with a lot of people, but an example of that, because the other side of what I do is health and wellness related. I run virtual boot camps where I plug you into programs and I plug you into nutrition programs and I plug you into a community of like-minded people who show up to work on themselves. So I want to be able to essentially set you up with those tools if that's what you need, so that you can be plugged into that community of people and work on yourself and have all of the support and encouragement to do those things. So when I was in a super lost, broken place, my last baby was 10 months old. I was feeling like, is this actually what life is? Where I'm just going through the motions every single day. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I'm a mom. That was my purpose. I didn't have goals. I didn't have dreams. I didn't really even look to the future or set intentions for my day. I just showed up and I was going through the motions. And I decided in that moment that I looked in the mirror, something needed to change. I was not happy. My kids did not have a happy, healthy mom. And that was not okay. And so I had this past of struggling with nutrition, struggling with exercise, and I decided that relationship needed to be healed. So the first thing I did was start a workout program, start healing my relationship with food. I found energy in that. I started looking at myself differently. My kids started seeing me differently. I was happy. That was the direction that I started going. That might not be for everybody, but it all ends up working together, showing up and moving our body, working on our mindset, working on our thought patterns and the things that we think about ourselves and what we choose to show up in, whether that's happiness or misery. And so me having those tools for you, you get to choose which ones you want to use, but I have them available for you. So that call would just look like us sitting one-on-one, like Devin and I do on the Zoom calls, and you just sharing what you're feeling and me saying, hey, this is what I have for you. What do you think will work for you? These calls are not about me. The calls are about you and what I can do to serve you and help you essentially get out of that stuck place that maybe you're feeling like you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They both kind of work together because as you said, everything is kind of linked, our bodies, our minds, our souls, everything is linked together. So you can take care of one thing, but if you don't, go into some limiting beliefs that are holding you back, that's kind of what I had going through my head a little bit was, actually, I just got a message this morning from someone that I know, and they're just like, I'm really stuck in fitness and I don't know why, but it's so hard. And that's a lot of times, I think, where limiting beliefs can be broken. You can create new belief systems so that you can step into fitness. So, the thought is like, have you ever felt stuck and you just don't know why? Mm-hmm. And you just can't figure it out, and you've been searching for it and you're trying to dig through stuff, but you're just not getting there for some reason. And I think that's what the art of breakthrough is all about, is that you're intuitively asking yourself in a grounded meditative state, what is the limiting belief coming up for you right now? And in that, you may go back to something or a memory of something. You will always find a memory that you didn't even remember, or that you didn't realize was there. And you created this really crappy belief system off this one memory that it's a lot of the time, it's not in the forefront of where you're at. So I've done quite a few breakthroughs on physical limitations, just things that I thought that I couldn't do. A huge breakthrough I had, and it was just something just snapped in my brain, was like I do programs under Tamara, and I have for quite a while now. And I love it. I love the accountability. I love the posts that she does for her group. She's very inspirational, just to lift her up a little bit. So that's really nice. And she listens to what you want. She's not here to just throw something at you and be like, well, this is what you need. No, she's going to listen. She's going to hear you and what you need. And if all of that looks just like nutrition in the moment, then that's what she's going to give you. So to hype her up, that's what I'm going to say about Tamara. And so, but anyways, to get back to it, I was in this position of having to sit up into a full sit up. And for some reason, ever since I had kids, I literally was like, I can't do sit-ups. It's just not physically possible for me to do sit-ups. And I don't know where or how I picked that up, but it was clearly sometime during my pregnancy or after. And I was with a friend and she was working out with me, and I had a weight in my hand. So it was like a weighted sit-up. And I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to just lift myself up and turn around and put my feet underneath this chair so that I can use the chair as leverage to get myself up. And as I sat up, she looked at me and she's like, you just did a sit-up. You're sitting here telling yourself that you cannot do this, and you literally just did it. So who, there's a lot of places that belief systems come from that aren't serving us, where you tell yourself, I can't do that. I can't do a push up. I can't do a chin up. I can't do a weighted sit up or whatever. And you don't know where it came from. You just know that it's very real for your body. For some reason, like I literally couldn't lift myself up. But then when I went to get up, I just did a sit up, no problem, because I wasn't in my head thinking about it. And that's what clicked for me. So it was something that simple. Sometimes it's not that simple. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to go in there and you need to dig out some stuff and work through some layers of things. And it's not just a one-time event, just like with fitness. Fitness isn't just workout for one day and you're going to see results for the rest of your life. That's not what it is. We've built up some crappy belief systems, and now you're trying to correct them and get some better belief systems that are going to serve you.
Yeah. And just like touching on how everything connects together, moving our bodies is so huge, but you have to work on what's going on internally for any of that to externally show. You can show up and you can work out every single day, but if you're struggling with things mentally that are holding you back, beliefs that you have that aren't serving you, that's not going to show up in your physical body. So we work a ton together and in my groups to show up and work on what's going internally. When you work on what's going internally and you flip the script inside, it's going to come out and show on the outside. So when I say I have these groups where we do workouts, it is not just about showing up and doing a workout. My groups are so much more than that, where we practice self-love. We learn to live this lifestyle where we're just showing up to be healthy and to be happy and to be the very best self that we can be by moving our bodies, by fueling our bodies with foods that we love, by not restricting ourselves. I teach you how to let go of this diet culture that we've grown up in, where we limit and we restrict and we punish. I don't want any of that for you. That used to be me. That's where I was. That was a horrible place to be stuck in. And I'm so grateful that I got brought into this community by my coach and mentor who said, hey, there's this whole new side of living a healthy lifestyle that you have no idea about. Because I was so stuck in what we're fed by the media, what we're fed in this culture that we live in, where I want to teach you how to have a healthy relationship with food and still eat the things that you love and still have that glass of wine and not feel any guilt about taking rest days or eating 2 chocolate bars because in the moment you felt like, hey, this is what I want to do. So I really just have this gift that I want to share in helping you create a really, really good, healthy mindset around moving your body, around eating healthy foods, around working on your mindset. And so that is where I felt lost. And I want to be able to help you in that place if that's where you're feeling lost too.
Yeah. I'm excited because it's about finding the balance, and that's something that I've been pursuing this last year. So hopefully this information that we've given you provides some clarity. We really, really look forward to seeing what this next year brings. And we really, really want to just give our gifts so that you can be part of this journey, part of this growth, part of this path that we're going on. And hopefully you guys just come and schedule a free call with us and see what it's all about, because that's the best way you're going to know. Mm-hmm. So going into this new year, we feel really blessed and we're really happy where we're at, and we hope you join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys always for taking time to listen to everything that we have to share and offer. We just really hope that it adds value to your life and that we can bring some clarity to your why and where you're headed.
Mm-hmm. Have a great day.